Also new tonight, the owner of the park on Calder wants to set the record straight. This comes after a Beaumont man was gunned down in the alley next to the new restaurant and bar. 30-year-old Leroy Smith died at the scene. And now the owner of the park says he's struggling to get BPD officers to beef up security there.
Yeah, the place has only been open about a week. 12 News reporter Ebony Coleman is here tonight. Ebony, the owner telling us that safety is his #1 priority.
Hey guys, DeAndre Moore tells me that the shooting happened in the alley outside his restaurant. Moore says customers, they use the alley to walk to a parking lot on the other side of Calder.
This was an isolated incident that was outside of the park on Calder. This was not an incident that occurred inside the park on Calder.
For the first time since Saturday's shooting, 12 News is hearing from DeAndre Moore, the owner of Beaumont's The Park on Calder.
It's extremely unfortunate. I mean, a life was taken to senseless violence. From what I was told by the police department was that this was simply because of a robbery gone wrong.
The shooting left 30-year-old Leroy Smith dead.
The victim was a patron of our establishment.
21-year-old Augustus Simon Jr. faces a murder charge. 39-year-old Horace Peterson is charged with evading arrest in a motor vehicle. Police caught the Houston men blocks away. Beaumont Mayor Roy West ate dinner at the restaurant hours before the shooting.
The police officer heard shots fired and responded and immediately put a call out on the radio and ran, and I think he must have seen them leaving, the suspects, and put out a report on that, so they were able to stop them.
Moore says that morning there were 3 Beaumont police officers and 4 additional armed security officers at the park.
They were out here on this side in the parking lot. They were walking around. They were getting folks out of here.
But he says no officers were in the alley around the corner from their front door. Moving forward, he plans to add more lighting and hire more officers.
That I hope that the Beaumont Police Department continues to allow us to utilize them and pay their officers to be here. One thing that I do know for sure, and that I've been told in meetings by the chief of police, was that the chief makes the final decision on where their officers get to go. If they feel like an incident occurs that they don't want them there anymore, they won't come. I put in a request for BPD to be here on Sunday after that incident, and no one showed up.
Moore says he has requested to have 3 BPD officers this week, but has yet to hear anything back on if they will actually show up or not. A department spokesperson told me that the chief has the final say on whether off-duty officers can work, on where they can work, excuse me. Ebony Coleman, 12 News.